CBS NBA insider Bill Reiter and the Wizard of Odds Kenny White offering up their game picks for the often imperative Game 5. Guys copy and pasted as always. Teams that win Game 5 tied 2-2 go on to win it 82% of the time. Vegas currently positioning the Mavs as short series favorites. Bill, how do you see this now best of 3? Kenny, I think we're going to go your way first here. How are you stacking these two sides up here in game 5?
Bill's still thinking about this game, and I'll give you a couple more seconds, Bill, to think. This is going to be a contest. I laid the $1.35 on the Mavericks. The math doesn't say that though. When you factor in what the series price is right now to the money line in Game 5. Figure the Jazz are going to be a 4.5 point favorite in Game 6, and then back to Dallas in Game 7, 135. That comes out to $1.15. That's what the price should be. But you know what? This late in the series, as you said, that is the trend. If you win Game 5 at 70% of the time or more, that's minus 230. So I got to lay the $1.35 with the Mavericks here. I think they win the series.
I call them favorites for a reason. Kenny White giving us a little bit of knowledge there. Game 5 numbers, by the numbers, excuse me. We're taking a look at this team home side, given the 3. Total's coming in at 212.5. Kenny, we'll go your way again here. Side, total, or alternate approach?
I'm going total here. I'm going under. Well, surprise, surprise, Joe. This is 5 straight games I've gone under in this series. I'm 2-2 finally, so trying to make a profit here tonight. Under the total. Jazz under 24-19 on the season on the road. Dallas at home 29-14 under in their home games, and a lot of that has to do with pace. And looking at this series so far, the median of all games played is 206. If you throw out Game 3, which was 244 points scored, only 96 possessions, the median's 199. And you know what? Watching Game 4 with Luka, I always thought he's going to help the total go over. But he slows everything down so much when he walks up the court and plays one-on-one and dribbles the basketball for 15 seconds before he decides to get into the play. That really leads to an under. I'm very comfortable with this, knowing that that's going to happen all night long tonight. I think the Mavericks are actually far better off playing a faster pace. Don't let Luka handle the basketball up the court because he just slows everything down. Looks like James Harden when he used to play with the Rockets.
I want to thank you guys for the Step Brothers reference and the extra time, because I find this game to be utterly and totally perplexing. For me, it's actually a pass. I'm not betting it, and Kenny talked about it. The Jazz are the better team. They are. They're the remarkably talented team in this matchup that, in theory, on paper, is good enough to go deeper in this series. But they don't like each other, and a simple alley-oop is not going to fix that. It's a pass for me. If I had to bet it, if I was feeling the itch, I'd go with the Jazz. I would put my money that direction. I would take some of those points. But man, for me, the uncertainty of talent versus a utter lack of chemistry is really hard to pinpoint in a single game.
All right, as we know, sometimes the best play is no play. That is Bill Reiter's lean in this one. Luka did offer 30 and 10 in that Game 4 loss, his first tip since returning from the calf injury. Our friends at Caesars parking him right in that neighborhood again at 30.5. Bill, Luka still looking for his first playoff series win to put on that resume that's really just made up of personal accolades right now. What do we get out of him here on Monday?
Yeah, for me, it's an under. And again, I recognize that, like Jason Tatum on the Boston game, he is talented enough to go over. But Kenny talked about some of the factors for me. He does slow the game down. The pace of play does shift in a direction where it's just not going to be as many shots. We don't know how he's going to respond in a second game with some of that honeymoon adrenaline having worn off to the return from the injury. And when Utah is good or when they're great over the course of the year, guys, they were a top defensive team in the NBA. And that makes them capable, at least in theory, again, chemistry matters, of if not shutting down Luka Doncic, at least making his world a little bit more difficult. He's now got a co-star in that offense. I like the under on the 30.5.
Yeah, I agree, Bill. Again, you're right. Coming off his first game back from the calf injury, how does he feel this game? How does he play? And we know Dallas is an under team at home. And looking at the pace in this series, I think it continues to get slower tonight. I think this is going to be a very close game. It's going to come down to the wire. It's going to be half-court basketball all night long. I'm going to guess 87, 88 possessions at the most, and it could go under that. And if it does, that's just less opportunities for Doncic. So I'm going under the total. His season median's 27, higher scoring, higher minute games. He does get 30. But But does he play higher minutes with the calf injury? No, he didn't do that in game 4. I don't think he does that tonight.
All right, so a little wiggle room there on Kenny White's numbers. Other side of this matchup, the emotional exploits of one Donovan Mitchell have come to the surface over the last 2 weeks. A lot of get me the ball, get out of the way type offense, but maybe that game winner in game 4, get him back into the flow of the offense. 27.5 is his point prop, guys. 23 in that win, but 30 plus the 3 games prior. Kenny, hard to make sense of which guy comes out of the locker room tonight.
Yeah, maybe he gets in the offense, or maybe he continues to dominate the basketball, and I think that's what's going to happen. They know it's a must-win. He knows it's a must-win. He didn't score the game winner. Rudy Gobert scored the game winner, and he knows it, and Rudy Gobert got interviewed after the game. So Donovan Mitchell threw the pass. It was a great pass, so Donovan Mitchell wants to be interviewed after tonight's game. I'm going over in the playoffs. His median for his career is 31 points. Look at the board there, 3 of the 4 over this number. Got to go over here tonight.
Man, Kenny White is my gambling brother from another mother. We're on the exact same page. Do I think Donovan Mitchell is going to have an incredibly...
All right, let's take a look at those picks as we
over the
effort
point?
Bill Reiter returning to the show. We'll get them to you in short order. Here's what it looks like. Jazz and the Mavs. It's a no play for Bill Reiter. Under for Kenny. 212.5. Just not enough projected possessions for the Wizard of Odds. Luka Doncic, we're playing him under his 30.5. We'll see how much tick he gets due to that calf. Donovan Mitchell, it's a pair of overplays from our guys. And then series price at plus 120. Nobody's touching the Jazz. They are laying the price with the Mavericks. And then here's a bonus one for you. Top Rudy prop. Both of our guys playing it over the 14.5 boards.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.